Buckle up, sports fanatics. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast, your HQ for in-depth sports talk. Join host Kevin L. Warren and crew as they dissect the hottest stories, ignite debates, and bring you closer to the action. From locker room whispers to expert takes, we cover it all. It's game time, so strap in and grab a drink. The Sports Chasers Podcast starts right now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast coming to you live and direct here on a Monday evening out here in the East, man. Hey, before we get out to all the particulars, make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit all the bells for all the notifications. And on the podcast side, y'all give us that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star review, 5-star review. Love us or hate us. Let us know how we're doing, because you certainly have been doing it with me, your host and moderator here, as when it comes to reading. Hey, and I've been doing a better job, I thought. E, what's up, man? Let's meet the crew. E, what's good, man? How are you tonight, man?
What's going on, Sports Chasers family? How y'all doing, man? Salute to the host and moderator, man. Y'all stop coming for our moderator pause in the comments, man. But in all fairness, in all honesty, man, man, like us or hate us, you don't like our reading, you don't like the way we look in certain gear, whatever it is, man, go ahead and leave the comments. We answer all. We embrace all. So keep them coming across the timeline here, fellow folks.
Yeah, keep them coming, man. Hey, shout out to us. Yes, I want to shout us out, man. Hey, look at my man E. He got the gear on. He got the Sports Chasers gear, and ain't no junk. Really good quality stuff to support us. You know what I'm saying? Really good prices. I got on the polo right here, nice knit polo. They got jackets. They got windbreakers. They got button up. We got sweaters. We got what else we got there? We got hoodies, backpacks, tote bags.
Yeah, got it all, man. Anything that y'all need, Sports Chasers got it. Got you covered.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. What up,
we
Dan?
We ain't doing no nail polish. We ain't doing no lipstick, ladies. I'm sorry.
None of that stuff, man.
I would mention somebody else's name, but I ain't going to do that here.
Nope. Don't do it here. DA will be joining us shortly. It'll be me, him, me, E, and a DA tonight. Shout out to Dan in the comments. Man, Toxic Dan is in the comments. Yes, he is. So, we're gonna get right to it. E, we got here. Here I go. He's reading again. There he goes.
Brace yourselves.
From SB Nation. In this article, I saw this article yesterday, and there was a couple of things that highlighted from this article. So from SB Nation, from their staff on today, they said there's a high number of rookies unsigned as of June 16th. Hold on one second as I bring the DA in here. There's a high number of rookies unsigned. You got 3 first-rounders, 30 second-rounders, 3 third-rounders, 6 fourth-rounders remain unsigned from the NFL draft. The shift is second-round deals. So historically, only first-round picks received fully guaranteed contracts. The Houston Texans signed Jaden Higgins to the first ever fully guaranteed second-round deal on May 8th. Cleveland followed with Carson Swessinger, who was 33rd overall, setting a new benchmark. Now, all 30 remaining second-rounders are holding out, expecting similar guarantees, right? So let's go to what my main man, Shamar Stewart, did last week. The Bengals' 17th overall pick has not signed, not due to money, but to offset a clause language that could void guaranteed money under disciplinary and performance conditions. Stewart and his agent insist this is a new clause and not used in prior Bengals rookie deals. The holdout has escalated. Stewart skipped the final day of minicamp, but remains engaged in meetings. So he is going to meetings. I actually saw a clip of him yesterday in the meetings being interviewed, and he said, he don't want to do this, man, but he has to do it in his best interest, right? So read that he's engaged since 2011. CBA rookies wages have been slotted to reduce holdouts. This year's impasse, especially among second rounders, makes a significant shift in leverage dynamics. So I'll give it to you, E. Your thoughts on why Mr. Stewart and the rest of these second rounders are doing this.
Yo, man, first of all, correct me if I'm wrong. Stewart is what position does he play?
I'm trying to see it. I don't have it all. He's a 17th overall pick. I'll get it for you here.
Would you say, DA?
I say he's not a wide receiver. Oh, damn, Mike.
He's a wide receiver. Yo, if that's the case, I can see why he's holding out, man. If it's performance based in his contract. Last time I checked, the Cincinnati Bengals are very plentiful at the receiver position. So if his contract,
I'm sorry, he's a defensive end. He's a defensive end. He's a defensive end.
Okay, never mind. I have that. Yo, man. This new language, they caught. If everything that they saying is true, obviously they want to iron out some things. And if he's playing a certain position that Hendrickson, maybe he's playing on the same side. I don't know. I don't know the Bengals schematics like that. But maybe he doesn't know what's going on with that. And like I said, depending on the language that was in the contract, I would be hesitant too. If you're supposed to get, if it says, "Oh, you need to have 8 sacks to have it fully guaranteed," and you're hardly on the field, how you going to get 8 sacks? You know what I'm saying? So if it's performance based, that's
yeah. He said it's his holdout isn't over money, as I stated before. It's over offset clauses, language that could void guarantees. Well, you're right. Something the Bengals haven't done before. So this is not precedent. Even though I'm shocked that the Bengals, as cheap as their ownership can be, that they're just doing this to their first rounders. Well, you know, they pay the first rounders on the cheapest. I guess as they go along in the organization with the Bengals, that's when they don't want to pay. Hence last year. Go ahead.
right.
D, your mic is not probably hooked up. It's real low. So it might be you might have to hook it up to the computer, go into the settings and make sure it's hooked into the computer. Yeah. Go ahead, E, as DA tries to get that together.
But yeah, as we all know, they really do not like paying their defensive players. So yo, man, their money is tied up with the quarterback and their 2 receivers, and God help them this year. They're gonna have to score in the high 40s to get into the playoffs unless everybody takes a step back. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, DA.
Go ahead, DA.
All right, listen, man. Like with the second round draft pick, it's the way you described it is exactly what it is, right? So what happens is these guys are looking at the contracts that they sign, and in years past they give you some BS, right? So the NFL is always going to give you a number, right? Well, we're going to pay Garrett $10 million. No, not really. They're going to pay him for 4 years, whatever he gets guaranteed that. But the rest of that contract that's left is not going to be worth anything because, I saw them do it to Cam Newton. So the last 2 years, they was glad that he, had the car extent and all the rest of that because then they could just cut him. They're not trying to pay you your full contract. That's why with the Browns last year, changed everything with a fully guaranteed. Everybody wants to get guaranteed their money, right? And it doesn't matter if, you don't get 8 sacks. Well, the team wasn't crap. He wasn't on the field enough. Whatever it is, I couldn't get 8 sacks. Period. That's all. I did not have opportunity. And that's never been a situation in the NFL that they will give you play on. Like, listen, I played my butt off. I did everything I was asked to do.
Right.
Not on the field enough to do this. Or, keep it real. But dudes be like, listen, man, sit this dude down. We've heard of that.
We've seen it.
Sit you down so you don't get your money. So what dudes are trying to protect themselves from is whatever the team has upstairs schematics. Because the Bengals are known for it. Like, they're just, these guys 5 yards. You get 10,000.
Check him out.
Yeah, let's go. You know,
Hey, I'm close.
Nope.
No, come on, dog. Come here.
Come on out here. Come on out here. And then you don't play no more for the season. We've seen them do that, so they don't pay you. And this is what these kids are saying. Like, yo, listen, man. You know what? I'm a second rounder. I'm not, a first round dude, but second round, I'm going to ball. I'm going to play this shit. And you're not going to get me with that BS. So we're not doing that, fellas. We're not. I need my money, man. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Oh, well, Kev, look, you're supposed to get you get an extra $1 million if you get 1,000 yards and catches. And you at $9.95, then they take you out. Or they tell the quarterback, yo, don't look at Kevin. Kevin can be running down the field sitting in a fucking easy chair. Excuse my French too early. In an easy chair. In the end zone. With his hands up. Don't throw the ball to Kevin. All right? Because if you throw the ball, that's another $1 million we got to pay. And that's just the way. I mean, we've heard athletes say it, right? So it's not Durant making this up. The athletes say this is what they do to them. So in order to combat that, these guys saying, look, man, I just want to guarantee money, man. Right? That clause there is not, that's not void. Because if you're going to put that clause in, then we want to put a clause in equal and opposite to that clause. Right? I won't get my full money if this happens. Okay, well, I get extra money if this happens. So, I think in all sports, we're at a point where, listen, man, it's not, and I know Kev hates the player empowerment thing, but this year is just, you got to be fair. It has to be fair, and that's all they're saying. Like, I'm not. Yeah. The dude's like, listen, I'm not doing it if I can't get. I'll come to the camp. I'll go to classes. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll ride that bike with the arms. I'll just ride the bike because you're not going to get me out there to get hurt. And then I don't get paid nothing. I'm a second round guy. You guys treat me like I'm an 8th round guy. So I get hurt now. It's you can't play nobody. I got hurt here, and that's why even great players, Tom Brady, those guys will say, and I've heard them say, man, if you ain't guaranteed up with your paper, man, don't go to camp. I don't care what nobody says. Don't go. Hold out. Hold it all out until they give you what you're supposed to get. Because football is a game where, what was the running back? He played for you in Tennessee at Dallas. What's his name, man? Ran for 2,000 yards.
DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, in Dallas. And they cut him. And they cut him.
Facts.
Look at Matt Forte at Chicago. Same thing. They didn't want to pay him.
Gotta go. So dude's like, listen, we're not doing that. You're not going to do that to me. No, sir. Yeah, I agree with him.
And what people got to understand too is that whenever we've seen it with the Cleveland Browns with their unprecedented, fully guaranteed quarterback contracts, is that once something is set with these markets that have come out of nowhere, but once a market is set, you best believe you better expect for everyone else that falls into that realm to expect the same thing. That's just what it is.
It's a copycat league in more ways than one.
Yeah.
So, and with the NFL, I'm not going to go far into this, so don't worry, Kevin. I'm not going to go off the record.
Go ahead.
But what the NFL needs to do is not be like the NCAA and be so reactive. The reality is that we all know, everybody says it, the world knows. What you guys have to do is make a quarterback salary cap for the quarterbacks, and then have another salary cap for the rest of the players. And it makes things easier because there's going to be more money. You don't have to worry about bumping up against the $50 million you give it Dak. Because it's Dak. You're giving him $50 million, or Brock Purdy. You're giving them $50 million freaking dollars for it. And the rest of your team, you got to lose everybody else because you're doing that. Make it easy for yourself. But you know why they don't? NFL owners are greedy. They're making money hand over fist. hand over fist, and they're the least likely to go into a deal with the players.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the opposite of baseball. Like that union there, those guys are like, nah. Nope. NFL owners like, nope, not doing it. They don't do it. They just cut you. Goodbye. So, it is what it is.
I'll go back to what you said, DA, about player empowerment. Yes, sometimes I do, and I'm not, and I just want it to be fair on both sides. I think on the NBA, they absolutely have the players have taken advantage. So
yeah, they fleeced the owners.
Yeah,
but the owners wanted it. So right, the owners had that thing where they said, "Well, you guys get 50%, 51% of all profit goes to players." So that's why, guys, you can't wheel and deal the way you want to in basketball and get players in, because you have to play this guy that's been in the league, 15 years. He's at this number, so he gets $10 million a year, regardless. So last year, just for instance, the Knicks had to pay P.J. Tucker a bunch of money. You know what I mean? That's going to be on their books, whether they give it to P.J. Tucker or James the Angry One. He's been in the league 15 years, and he gets $10 million. That's what it is. So you can't really make no moves, because you got that $10 million sits staring you in the face. But you got to pay this guy. But, negotiations are negotiations.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's.
I would love to ask Doc about this.
Oh yeah, this would have been a great question to ask Doc. Speaking of Doc, some of y'all don't know. A lot of y'all don't know what he talked about. Only me, DA, and D Dubs. Tomorrow, premiering on YouTube on our YouTube channel at 7 p.m. As y'all see it, scrolling down here on the screen, man. You don't want to miss this episode. Me, DA. Me, DA, and D Dubs. We sat down with Dr. Glenn Toby. Used to be hip hop artist, still is. He still has some bars he was dropping.
Yeah. I thought he was trying to challenge me. I know what's going on.
And kind of flipped it and went into like a mega star NFL super agent.
Yeah.
Which he's doing now. He's doing some other businesses, and he's giving back philanthropist, and he's doing a whole lot of things. You don't want to miss this episode, and some of the things that he said about us and our professionalism. Even shout out to Steve Fizio, the MLB broadcaster for the Royals and Angels, longtime NFL guy. He commented on the platform and saying that you guys are professional. So shout out to these folks that we got coming on, man. We love our guests. We love hanging out with them, and we just love sports, man. That's just all. This is just what this is all about. We just love sports, and that's why we're here, and that's what we want to do. I got some other surprises, man. We're gonna be doing some more live watch parties, and we're gonna be doing it the right way, man. So look out for that. Had to talk with somebody. Look out for that real soon. So when football season get here, we can have these live watch parties and interject. It's gonna be on and popping, man. So hang out with us as we watch, your favorite NCAA game and hear DA go off.
As long as it's not the Niners. That's gonna be a bad watch party. Cover your ears, cover your eyes. And it's the Niners against the Cardinals. It's not gonna be a good day, folks.
Not gonna be good at all.
Because me and Ian probably cursed out our teams. Before we even get to cursing out, anything else. Because our team's going to be, look, we gave the Rams the division again. Because I got them winning that division.
I do too. Based off of what I seen last year and their draft. Yeah.
Like easy. Easy. We want easy. Easy.
I thought that's where you was going.
Easy.
I thought that's where you was going with that, man.
Yeah, I remember that joint came on Video Music Box. I was like, what in the hell is this? This little dude rhyming on beat. Never. I'm just too clever. I said, what is this? bless you, brother.
Yeah,
God
God bless him, man.
All right, what we got next, Kevin?
We're gonna go here. I was trying to find it here. My place here.
He's a baller.
Who?
He's balling. You got the crack.
Before I do that, I wanted to shout out in the comments. I had him pull up right here. Shout out to my main man, Coach Ty of Growing Up in Brooklyn podcast, man. I was on this podcast last Wednesday. It dropped over the weekend. It's on our page. Go check us. Go check us out as we talked about some stuff growing up in Brooklyn, man. So support my brother all that. And DA, he said he's gonna have to invite some Harlem folks on too, man. So
nice Bronx dudes, and So what did you coach? Coach, that's what I want to know.
No, he's coaching. He's coaching now. He's coaching basketball. He's coaching basketball now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's coaching basketball. So definitely doing that, man. So I had something else here, but I guess I'll go. I guess I'll go to this right now. Baseball. We're heavy on baseball here. Rafael Devers. The Red Sox had enough of him.
Best hitter they had.
Well, yeah, he's gone. The Red Sox traded Rafael Devers from the to the San Francisco Giants. Devers, he is a 3-time All-Star, Silver Slugger, 272 average right now, 4.1 OPB, 5.4 slugging percentage in 73 games this season. The Red Sox get this. They get right-handed pitcher Jordan Hicks, left-handed pitcher Kyle Harrison, 23 top prospect. James Tibbs, a outfielder and first baseman, and right-handed pitcher Jose Bello. So you're probably saying, what did the Red Sox actually get for that? And some Red Sox fans are absolutely fine. But let me tell you how they got here. So Devers, if you don't know, he absolutely has some beef with his teams because he did not want to move to positions, right? So Devers publicly resisted moving from third base after the Red Sox signed Alex Bregman, initially refusing DH duties after relenting. Tensions peaked in May when the club asked him to shift to first base following an injury to Tristan Cassis. Devers rejected it, criticizing club brass and specifically Chief Baseball Officer Craig Breslow, saying, "Hey, they can't expect me to play every single position after being promised a DH role." So here's some of the impacts, right? So the Giants' motive, they're bolstering their offense. Like me and E was talking before the show. Yo, this gives a lot of firepower in that National League West, and when it comes to hitters, man, right? So you got that, right? So the offense is tightly contested with the National League West. Despite Matt Chapman's presence at third base, Devers adds middle of lineup power, 15 home runs, and a 905 OPS. The Yankees, AL East, Red Sox dropped a key rival cornerstone, possibly aiding Yankees' chances. So,
well,
go ahead.
Now I was going to say they have a kid, and I can't remember his name now. Red Sox. He's been there. Might be Christian Campbell. I can't remember the name. That they brought up, I think, last week in the book. And he hit, I think, 7 home runs last week in the minors in AAA. So, like, the kid is I'll get his name, but he's smacking the ball out the park. And the Red Sox just Roman Anthony. Yeah, that's him. Call it Roman Anthony, Roman, whatever. They called him up, and he's serious. So it might look like they did that because Devers. I mean, of course you don't want to lose Devers, but the reality is that at least they have a hitter to take his place in the lineup, and I think that's what they see because they should have brought this kid up. I think about a month ago. They really should have. I think it's Christian Campbell. That's what I think it is, but I'm looking it up now, folks. So I apologize for that. But yeah, they brought up a kid over the last week or two that's very serious. So we'll see what happens when he gets up and what he looks like. But I think they thought or think that they have somebody that can replace Devers.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what you got on Rafael Devers? Me and you was talking about it a little bit on this on before the show.
Yo, man, I guess I get it from both sides. You the top guy, and I guess you feel like you should have some say so and yada yada yada. But then the club is it's not like they just want you to do stuff. You got injuries, you're trying to patch some holes, trying to move something up. I don't think it would have been that hard of a transition going from third to first. I mean, I've only played it, in the backyard and stuff like that. Didn't play it professionally, so I really don't know. But basically, this is what happens with these organizations, right? They pay you a ton of money. You're obviously the face of the franchise, or one of the faces of the franchise, and they expect you to move accordingly. And when you don't, okay, it's time to move you. So, I would assume that this
especially
is
after a couple of times they act.
Right. So I would assume that moving forward that this is a good trade for both. It doesn't sound like on paper that Red Sox got a whole lot back in return, but they, like you say, was it a top 20 prospect, top 25 prospect?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you got some arms. So I mean, that kind of goes along with Boston is known for, pitching and defense. And when you can get some bats in there to move players around these bases and stuff, so be it. And the Giants got one heck of a bat in their lineup now. So we'll see moving forward. Like I told, like me and Kev was talking, man, that NL West, it's going to be something to watch come playoff time, man, to see, Arizona still hanging on by a thread. But it's basically, it's
what's his name got hurt, right? For Arizona, what's his name got hurt for the year? He's gone for the year. What's my man's name? I can't think of his name.
Fast kid.
Yes. What was his name? That was your boy from last year. He got hurt.
But you're not talking about the young dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. But
hold on, I'm going to get it for you right now.
But if I may,
go ahead, sir. You may
play devil's advocate real quick. Just going back to our first topic of discussion tonight, right? So you may have incentives attached to things you do in the field. So when they ask you to go play a different position that you may or may not be good at, there may be money attached to you having errors, on first base or errors in the outfield or you know what I mean? So, and no one wants to look bad. Like, dude, I don't play that position. You out there looking like the Keystone Cops.
Oh, but you didn't say that when A-Rod was on the Yankees when he moved to third.
Well, he played that. He played both positions. He played short. He played third. I wasn't mad at him for that. It's not like they said, "Hey, you're going to pitch. You're going to play catcher now." Like, like, come on, man. I don't know that, but I'm just saying sometimes teams can ask players to do things that are out of their character and may cost them money if they don't. If they do it, don't do it. Excuse me, and don't do it well.
Right.
So that's part of that game.
That's a good point. Good point you make.
Like the Yankees had to do, what's his name? Soto, right?
Yeah.
He came in as a 6-2 guy. So they knew they could play him at second. They could play him at first. They could play him at outfield. They could play him at third. I don't think they played him at short, but everything else he did. Right? It wasn't no position in the outfield. He wasn't a fast guy. He just was good. You could put him in and play any position. 6'2" guy, they used to call him back when I was there.
6'2" guy, yes, correct. Yeah, definitely, man. So that's what the Red Sox got. Let me not double back. Let me go back to golf because this is what I was kind of looking for before I went on to baseball. And we'll get back to baseball here in a second. So this is from CBS Sports from Robert Kalin and Patrick McDonald. And the headlines goes like this. JJ Spaun wins the 2025 U.S. Open at Oakmont with a miraculous 66-foot birdie putt on the 18th, finishing at 179 and besting Robert McIntyre by 2 strokes. So listen, I only was able to catch a little bit at the end, but I saw this on TV yesterday. When he hit that putt, it's like almost being in your backyard, man. You know, if you think about what's the 64 foot,
It's a long
long ways, and for him to sink that thing was incredible. I wish I could show it, but if we show it, we'll get flagged, right? Even without the sound. But you know,
Why? They don't like putts.
no, the YouTube will whatchamacallit, the CBS will get they CBS won't say
YouTube
money.
wars, baby. YouTube wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And CBS wants their money for me viewing that footage.
Ain't like me sampling their beats or nothing, dang.
Some of the key highlights, man. He entered the week at 120 to 1 odds. He missed the U.S. Open cut back in 2021. He bogeyed five of his first 6 holes, shooting at a plus 440 through 6 holes. Then they had a weather delay. I don't know if you saw it yesterday, 95-minute rain delay. And then you had the back 9 charge. He gained momentum with key birdies on 12, 14, and 17. Before he dropped that 64 foot, I was like, man, that's a dream, man. If I could only do that at Top Golf or whatever. Well, you can't do that Top Golf because they hit off the tee. But whatever.
You can only do that on Tiger Woods golf on your PlayStation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was really good at that.
Was you okay? I had to have some. Have to put you on the channel. We do some streaming. Me and DA playing Tiger Woods.
Well, I almost got fired for that, man. At least 3 times. Almost come to the desk, and I'm playing Tiger Woods, like on their computer. Like I don't know.
This was a historic putt. His final birdie was his longest made putt of the week, earning a winner's share of, get this, $4.3 million and a 5-year PGA Tour exemption.
Hey, hey.
Oh yeah, I gotta clap it up for that. Yeah, you're right, DA.
You don't see that every day, man.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the lottery that day.
100%. And in fact, it was Father's Day, and he was there with his wife and his 2 daughters. Only player to finish under par in the brutal U.S. Open setup. So this not only was he going against the players, he was going against this crazy Oakmont course, which is crazy, like Augusta. Again, forgive me, I'm not the golf novice. We actually looking for somebody who wants to be a golf contributor. If you want to be a golf contributor, holler at your boy, info@sportschaserspodcast.net. Send us an email, fill out the application. Hey, that's our quick plug for golf and
hey, I need a cricket guy.
Contributors. Yeah, cricket. Yeah,
Come to mind.
So Spaun's journey from health struggles, which he had a diabetes challenge, to a near career ending, culminates one of the greatest comeback stories in golf. And on this platform, man, we absolutely like to highlight people who have, stories of resilience, of coming back, and this is what sports is about, man. This is, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, man. And definitely with that 64 foot, that if there was Jim McKay was to do a voiceover that again, I absolutely would put that in that video, man, because it was really dope, man. It definitely was really, really dope, man. So that's it with golf, and guess you got the British Open coming up next. That should be in late July, August. I don't have it in front of me, or wherever they play across the pond, as they would say. And that's where we get that.
Links golf is different.
Say that again.
That links golf is different.
Yeah, I would agree. I definitely agree. Let me go back to baseball from CBS Sports. And Shohei Ohtani, and this is from RJ Anderson. Shohei returns to the mound tonight. First MLB pitching appearance since August 23rd, 2023. Now with the LA Dodgers. He'll pitch the opener tonight against the most hated Padres. He underwent elbow Tommy John surgery post 2023 and not rampant, traditionally focused on DH, and he simulated games before pitching today. So he's been not pitching, but like I say, underwent Tommy John surgery, he got the surgery, and so he's ready to go. Yeah, wow, some of these pitchers, and he might be a misnomer. Why are all these pitchers getting this surgery? What is going on?
This is the weird thing, right? So coming up when Kevin and I played high school baseball, the Tommy John surgery was something that happened when something went horribly wrong with your pitching motion and the turn, right? So kids would get it if they were basically curveball throwers. You got the curveball, you kept going back and forth between the curve and the fastball. There's different motion, so they would get the thing in the elbow, and they had to get Tommy John like Tommy John.
Mm-hmm.
It has gotten to the point, and I have heard this because I got friends that have kids that are in, that travel baseball. They're asking like kids to get the Tommy John surgery before it happens, so that it doesn't happen later. But they say, hey, look, man, you're in high school, no one cares, you're the best, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and do it now before you get it. They say, and this is one of these new school, old school things that makes no sense to me, because the newer guys have all of the trappings, we'll say, accoutrements,
right,
to ensure that they are eat the right food, they get their arm massaged, they put their arm in Antarctic ice, everything just to make sure that they're good. And my thing is, I don't understand why pitchers of yesteryear that pitched 9 innings didn't do it, and you guys do. So it has to be something in the way they're learning how to pitch, in the way they're, either twisting their arm on the curveball, right, and then going straight to a fastball, which is straight over the top, right, and then maybe the changeup, which is still straight over the top. I'm not sure why it's hurting their arm. I don't know. Maybe they're lifting too much weight. They lift not too much weight, but more weights than they lifted before. I've got no physical idea. I will talk to my boy and ask him.
Could it possibly be that these kids are learning how to do these curveballs at an earlier age? Because back in the day, you just knew how to do the fastball, basic curveball, but now you got 16-year-olds doing sinker balls and all different types of stuff, and it's more twerk on their arm at an earlier age.
Yeah, that's probably because, Kevin, we played, I think, probably up until high school, they wouldn't let you throw a curve. Like, kids, they wouldn't let kids throw curveballs. But me and Kevin was young. I know up until I get pony ball, do what you want. You can spit tobacco and do everything you want. You got to the pony. But the reality was, if you were good enough to get to that point, then yes. But I think in our era, I don't know if they allow kids to throw curveballs now. I'm not sure, but I know when I was a kid, you couldn't throw a curveball. So it was like fastball, 4-seam, 2-seam. That's it. Like, that was it.
Hey, don't get it twisted. He's sitting right up here with me on this platform. The angry one had the meanest curveball when we used to play stickball coming up.
Stop.
He's being very modest right now, but that thing was nasty. And that was around age 16, 17, and we used to play. And I'll never forget one time. I won't embarrass the brother, man. But a friend of ours, man, we was playing in the yard. Shout out to PS 119.
Yeah, we ain't gonna say no names up here.
We ain't gonna do it. Hey, I don't know, my man, Coach Ty is on, man. But yeah, give you another back to growing up in Brooklyn story, man. PS 119, right there on Avenue K, right? So yeah, set the box up, get the tape. We want to use no spray paint. And
nice guys.
Yeah, because we didn't want to do that, man. So set the tape up, the masking tape up. We was playing. I don't even know what it is. I just know the highlight of the game. Eric had got the count to like 3-2 on my dude, right? Well, no, we wasn't playing balls. We was just playing strikes, right? So Eric got 2 strikes on him, or whatever. My man fouled it off a couple of times. Shout out to my brother, man. And then Eric threw like this 18-foot curveball, bro. I was like, yikes. And my man was just frozen. Like, I mean, he's still frozen now, probably 25 years later, man, bro.
Standing out there at 115, looking like a strange dude. Like, what are you doing?
Yo, my man was doing the deal out of the Matrix, trying to duck out the way, man. And it never hit him. Dead in the box.
Oh man, I can so remember like it's yesterday, man. So yeah, so shout out to he was doing curveballs back then, man. So
I only do that because your Uncle June, played, our pops, back in the day, that's what they did was play baseball and whatnot, man. So he was one of them pitchers.
Yeah,
he used to throw that gas. He taught me early on. We was in there playing baseball, whatever. So he was like, yo, man, this is how you throw that curveball. So
shout out to Uncle June. Just celebrated.
Good time.
Celebrated a birthday. Shout out to my uncle. So
yes,
yeah,
sir.
man. Let me get to the power rankings when it comes to MLB real quick before we this just came out from CBS Sports. The Tigers, they remain hot, man. The Tigers haven't won 100 games since 1984. They haven't won more than 95 since 1987. That 1984 team is when they went to the World Series and when they got up to like a 40-2 start and they never looked back. The Mets are number 2. Pete Alonso career high in doubles in the season is 31, which he set last year. He's already got 22 this season. And also some of the Mets club record doubles in a season is 44. And that was set by Bernard Gilkey back in 1996. Go ahead, Dia, you have something? Okay. The Cubs at number 3 at 44-28. The Dodgers, as we mentioned, they're at 43-29. Our Yankees are 42-28. The Yankees are now 1-5 against the Red Sox with 5 straight losses. Yes, as they got swept. The Phillies are number 6 at 42-29. The Astros, Ryan's Astros, are 41-30. The San Francisco Giants getting Devers now. They're 41-31. And hey, how about this? As poetry might do it, right? How life always life. The Giants and the Red Sox face each other this weekend in San Francisco, man. So
must see
TV, man. As Devers is probably going to want some revenge. So as you know it, man. The Rays are number 9 at 39-32. The Milwaukee Brewers at 39-34. These DA's Padres, they're 39-21. The NL playoff picture is very crowded, and the Padres have gone 25-28 since that 14-3 start. Yeah. So they've been kind of treading water, right? So the Blue Jays are number 12. The Jays were outscored 22-6, getting swept by the Phillies over the weekend. The Reds are number 13. Shout out to the Reds, man. 37-35. Yo, I'm telling you, LA De La Cruz, man. He's something. Man.
He'll be a Yankee in 2033.
Yo, man. I just until Major League Baseball does something with the salary cap not the salary cap, because that again, Tony Clark, the MLB has the strongest union on this planet. And they're never going to admit to that. They got to make the owner spend some money. There got to be a ceiling. There's got to be a floor, for them to spend some money. And as Dan's Pirates, they don't spend any money. So the Diamondbacks number 14. Do I have my whistle? No, I'll find it here for a little bit.
Come on, man.
There you go, E.
There you go.
I'm back. Yeah.
Sorry,
Pirates don't spend no money.
But you already
he already know what time it is. The Mariners, the Rangers are 36-36. They're number 15. Red Sox 16, Cardinals 17, Mariners are 18, the Twins are 19, and my dad's Guardians are number 20 at 35-35. So I'll stop right there with that, man. And shout out to that, man. So as Ohtani, I was just saying, he's getting a start tonight against the Padres, man. Check it out tonight, man. If you if you're a baller when it comes to you want to watch some major league baseball. Let me move on to hockey real quick. Not real quick, but let me move on to hockey as Dan. I hope Dan's in the comments still. But the Florida Panthers, they're up 3-2 against the Edmonton Oilers, where they can close it out tomorrow down in South Florida, where I'm at, in Sunrise. If you didn't see the Brad Marchand pirouette,
bruh.
Go ahead, E. Go ahead. I'll give it to you.
Nah. Yo, man, that was a thing of beauty. And I was talking to the moderator before we got on, man. That was one of those. If anybody's a gamer, NHL '96 when EA was dominant in all sports. That was a Pablo Bure beauty right there, man. Man. Anybody that thinks that hockey is just a brutal sport and that's all they do is fight and yada, 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 man, go and look at that play and that play alone. It will change your mind. You got to skate, you got to have balance, and you got to have that stick work. Pause. So, that pause.
Right.
Yeah. So, that play, I haven't seen nothing that beautiful in a long time, man. That was a thing of beauty, man. That was a thing of beauty.
Come on, man. It's wild, man. That's why I don't play that sport. I don't play sports where I can be embarrassed, right? So, because dude was like, wait up with because he moved the puck at least 8 times, and by the time he got to the goal, he can't just let it slide in
and kept it on his stick, kept the puck on his stick the whole entire time within those pirouette moves and stuff like that.
So there you go. Yeah, and he's got 6 goals and some mess.
Series. They went tonight, man. I mean, they went tomorrow night, and he scores again. He'll probably be the series MVP.
Yes,
no doubt about it. Let me just from the numbers here. The Panthers moved within 1 game of repeating as Stanley Cup champions by taking Game 5 in Edmonton on the other night. Brad Marchand, he opened up the scoring at 0:56. Then you got Carter Verhaeghe. He added a power play goal at 17:45. And then in the second period, Edmonton pulls one back via a Corey Perry power play goal at 1:40. And then you had Sam Reinhart. Reinhart's been playing good, and Sam Bennett, and responded with 2 Florida goals. Florida's going to have a predicament here because they're going to have to play Bennett, and then Marchand, right? So Marchand was a free agent. They got him. They traded for him. So Dan will probably go over this a little bit more than I, but they're going to have to pay somebody, and somebody might have to move on. So we'll see. Like I said, before y'all get on me, I am not the hockey expert. Dan,
they don't have like the collective bargaining thing coming up with a salary cap that's going to go for everybody. Because they sure enough need that now.
Correct.
That will help. And just going back real quick, the NFL is getting their salary cap is going up.
Facts.
The other reason why these second rounds is like, oh no.
I'm not even doing it.
Yeah, I gotta get my bread. You can't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. What else was I at? Marchand, he scored twice. Bennett leads all playoff goal scorers with 15. Sergei Bobrovsky, he stopped 19 of 21 shots. Again, he was solid again. Bob was solid again. The Panthers match NHL playoff records with 10 road wins and a single postseason with 10. Everton went 0 for 3 on the power play.
They're going to have to get 11.
Yeah. As Florida's penalty killer successfully frustrated star duo of McDavid and Draisaitl. So, Florida, they take the penalties, but guess what they do? They kill them off.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the Panthers lead the series 3-2, best of 7. And then you have tomorrow night, the Panthers can clinch on home ice tomorrow night in Sunrise at their place, man. So shout out to them.
It's going 7 because Kev got that hat on, so he done jinxed him. It's going 7.
Oh man.
I think all the hockey, everybody in hockey wants these series to go 7, man. I mean, it's excellent hockey being played I mean, we'll get to the NBA here in a minute. Same thing. It has been the NHL and the NBA has put on a phenomenal playoffs so far this season, and for it to end in 6 games would be tragic. So
I would agree. I've been saying and lamenting this whole playoffs of how both leagues have put on a phenomenal when it comes to postseason. Because what do you want? You want drama, you want offense, you want defense, right? You want effort,
you want competitiveness first and foremost.
And you want players to care, man. They absolutely have been laying it out. And I'll go back to the people say, "Oh my God, the ratings are so low for the NBA Finals." Shut up.
What?
Shut up and watch it. If you love basketball, you'll watch it. But this is what happens.
Exactly. Doesn't matter where it's being played at.
Hold on. This is what happens though when a sports network, and I'm getting ready to say it. This is what happens when a sports network, they heavily just keep talking about one player and one team throughout the said player's career and nobody else. And then they don't know. So none of the casuals know anybody on I don't know anybody on OKC. Oh, I don't know anybody on Indiana.
Sit your ass down and watch the game.
That's the casual's fault, though. Exactly. That's the casual's fault. Stop being a casual and become an actual fan. You'll get to know these players on these other teams. No, everything is not about Luka and these one name players that we've come to love throughout the years.
There's no reason why an NBA final is going on. We're talking about Luka and the two.
Nope.
Right.
No content creator.
He's on the couch with us.
Yeah. No content creator or sports. It should not be talking about Luka and the Lakers at all at this point in the series. We're just saying it because we're just making a point. But shout out to Charles Barkley because he absolutely has been saying the same thing and lamenting the same thing that we have. He said, "Yo, you got players like Halliburton and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander who have been playing it nice, and we're still focusing on other players." But that's why we're here. We're putting the spotlight on these players. That's why this platform is doing what it's doing. And I'm proud of what we're doing. And I love what we're doing. And shout out to the NBA. And to those that was crying that the NBA Finals logo wasn't on there, man, I need you to care about something else besides. I did have a crying thing up here, but I think I took it off, man. But yeah, I got to get that back. That whining and crying. Gee whiz. Give me a break.
Yeah, please. Save it for daycare. Please get out of here with that. Yo, shout out to everybody in the comments, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight.
Debbie joined us tonight. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Dan's in the comments. Shout out to everybody that's hanging with us in the comments and just rocking with us tonight, man. Let's go to that NBA trade. We go to NBA trade before we get out here and the game for the other day. The game from the other day. Let me just break down the trade real quick. The blockbuster deal, Orlando acquires Desmond Bane from Memphis. So they break up that group, right? I guess with Ja and them. Grizzlies receive Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks, 2025, 2028, 2030, plus a pick swap in 2029, and Phoenix's 2026 pick. The asset package, Memphis lands an incredible haul, 4 straight first-round picks, a swap plus 2 rotational players. The move breaks up the core. As I said, Bane, Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., easing future salary cap strain. And this opens up some flexibility for Jackson Jr.'s extension and possibly further trades. And this is going to add depth via Caldwell-Pope and Anthony, aiming to boost playoff rotation. And this is the Magic's Mikal Bridges bet. Orlando hopes Bane brings elite 3-point shooting. they said this is Mikal Bridges. Shooting to balance their strong defense. Echoes New York's high stakes trade for Bridges. When I first saw this, this is what I thought. I said, man, this is some Mikal Bridges thing, but I guess Orlando's going for it. And DA has been talking about the Magic all year long. They made the playoffs. And they're right there. So
They'll
I guess they're going for it. Go ahead, DA.
So I think they'll be okay. I don't think this is a bad trade for anybody.
Right.
I think Desmond Bane releases pressure on them, and I think Cole Anthony will help probably move Ja to the 2 and off the ball because he's becoming a ball sticker now. Where he's got to have it and he has it too long. So I think it hurt because Cole Anthony is going to do what he do at the point guard. And if people remember when they had golly, I forget his name. He had a little brother that played in the league too, but Ja doesn't need to be the point guard. He needs to be like the 2, whatever. So, but I don't really. I think it's a win-win for everyone, except for the fact that Joe, dog, these guys got like picks forever from this trade. But I mean, yeah.
So you heard me reading, right?
Yeah. So it's like I'm not sure how they're going to. Most times they'll just trade some and get some big players now, or like Orlando can do a bunch of things, man. And they weren't hurt. They were hurt in the playoffs, so they can do a bunch of things, man. You just got to put the team together. Not listen to the outside noise and put that team together the right way. But they got a superstar. They already got that. Like them, Detroit, they already got it. So when dudes talk about, the West is this, the West is that. All right. Just watch and see, fellas. Because I'm telling you, Kay Cunningham and his crew, serious. Like if the Knicks don't get seriously better, they won't beat them next year.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland, they got some work to do. Boston has some work to do. There's about to be some changes, man. These young cats see an opportunity, man, and I can't wait to see it, man. And they don't care if they're going to
the youth movement.
Yeah, they don't care if you're not going to watch because they're from Orlando and they get to the championship. They'll just say, "Oh, so what? We're here. That's it. You don't want to watch? It's fine with me." Because ESPN can't stop us from being here, right? They you got to win the games. So that's what that is.
Mm.
Can't stop us from being here. You're talking about the Lakers and the Cowboys, the Lakers, Cowboys, and then the Lakers, and then the Cowboys again. But you're not going to stop the team from making, the championship final because you don't talk about them on ESPN. You know what? You're going to be doing another story on Banchero's family and then Wagner because you got to introduce these kids to the world now. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Your thoughts on this trade before we move on?
So we of course we talked about this in chat and all this other stuff, man. And like I said, you hear four first round picks, and you like scratching your head and all this other stuff, but people understand, right? You're getting a Desmond Bane, and you are getting off of KCP Caldwell and Caldwell Pope's contract.
Yeah.
He did not play nowhere near to the level of that contract last season. So they are basically giving up a pick and a half just to move his contract. This is business, folks. This is what happens when you make a move and it sours as soon as you make it. So I think it's a win-win for Orlando. If none of these guys get hurt, of course, this is a big if, but if none of these guys get hurt, I think Bane was a perfect fit for what they needed. You got Suggs, you got Wagner, you got Banchero, and now you add Bane to that, and they still have a decent bench. You got Anthony Black coming off the bench. Come on, man. I expect, just off rip, I expect Orlando to be no less than fifth. No less than fifth. And then, like DA said, you got the Detroits of the world. You don't never know what Atlanta's going to look like. You got Indiana, you got New York. You don't know what Boston's going to look like. You got Cleveland. We don't know. I really don't think Giannis is going anywhere. So you're going to have Milwaukee. I don't care if Dame is out.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
he just said he wouldn't go.
Where's KD going?
Home.
Well, he's not going to the Knicks. I just read something. Not going to the Knicks shut down.
Yes. All right, go ahead.
Go back to it. No, I got to pull it up. But, give me a second.
No, you're good. There's been so many scenarios. I guess KD's been either saying yay or nay or of where he would like to go or whatever the case may be when it comes to that. And of course, he's not the KD of 4 or 5 years ago. We all understand that.
But he can get you some buckets.
Yeah, he absolutely can get you some buckets. Mm-hmm.
He's still an unguardable guy, which is why I say if you can do it and make the trade, it's great. But it's hard to do because he's an unguardable guy.
Right. At what expense? If you're close, I would say go for it.
Yeah, but if you're close and got to give up what made you close to get him, it's a bad move because he can't play that way. Yeah,
well, and that's how the NBA works, right? So I always said, with the Melo trade with the Knicks.
Yeah, we could have had Gallinari and all those.
Yeah, who knows what happens if Melo just hangs out in Denver, but he hated it so much, I guess, and he had to move on. So
it was George Karl fucked that up for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so per this article, CBS Sports, written by Sam Quinn 2 hours ago, basically all it said, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically to sum it up is that the Suns did not want the Suns did not want Karl Anthony Towns, and that's what the Knicks were going to send as part of that trade. So that's the end of that.
Okay.
Like I said, that's Sam Quinn from CBS Sports. You can look it up. It's a good little read here. But,
the link will be in the description. I'll put it in the description. Go ahead, E.
I think at the end of the day, what the real question is, okay, we got 3 Knicks fans up here. I'm gonna ask y'all.
Go ahead.
Yo, man, who out of Mike Brown and what's the other guy? Mike Brown and
the other dude.
What's the other dude's name?
From
I just had it up here. Taylor, not Taylor Swift. Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yo, which coach would you rather have if out of the two of them? I say Mike Brown. What say y'all?
I like Mike, but then I don't like Mike, and I'll tell you why. Because as a coach, well, it may not have been his call when he was with LBJ. But if he's going to continue to make dudes play defense and get an offensive guy there that can unlock Jalen Brunson when he's not doing too much and take advantage of what Karl Towns can do, because you really can't move anybody on that roster. So if that's your crew, fine. But I'm with Todd, man. I would like the other cat, man, because I'm not really sure about it. To be honest with you.
I would go with Taylor Jenkins myself. I'm with Coach Todd down there, man. Mike Brown, I've seen this story before, you know what I'm saying? And I agree with DA with the defensive aspect of that stuff. And Jenkins is he's got a different philosophy. He's going to play the bench.
Yeah.
I just want the Knicks to start going out here acting nilly-willy and get a coach, and because this looked real crazy. Just I think I said this on Coach Todd's podcast last week of how they just not abruptly. All right, so Tibbs was whatever, they fire him. All right, but now you're going after people that's employed. And I was reading over the weekend where they calling teams, and teams was like, go F off or go fly kite. And I'm being nice. They was like, what?
Stop bothering me. You guys are creepers.
Yeah.
You can't make moves the way that the Knicks made and not have a true plan in place.
Right.
That's what we always talk about on this show. Whenever somebody gets fired, you talk about such and such getting fired. Okay, so who are you going to bring in? That's the number one question we always ask. So who are you going to bring in? And the Knicks said, we're going to take your girlfriend, and if not, we're going to take your girlfriend, and if not, we're going to take your girlfriend. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
What are we doing? The
really.
Knicks is out here looking desperate all over again.
For sure.
Yeah, Knicks
For
up there singing Usher.
Yeah.
New relationship.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying, man? So I don't get it. Shout out to Mike Bristol. Mike Bristol said he wants Mark Jackson. Yo, shout out to my main man.
That ain't gonna happen.
Shout out to my main man. He's been kind of lobbying for the job. But Better World Peace, man. He's been on the X saying, yo, man, give me the next job, man. And I don't know if Meta has any coaching experience, man.
But I don't even want to hear that. Like, Kev, I don't even want to hear that. You ain't got your man. Look, man.
Please.
You don't need that.
You don't need coaching experience to coach. Look at that team out there in LA.
Yeah,
they went to the playoffs with a junior burger coach.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, well, Meta's on X, saying, lobbying for, at least an interview, man. So shout out to my main man, Meta World Peace from Queensbridge, doing this thing, man. But I'm like this. I would like Jenkins. If they sit down and talk to Jenkins is available. I don't know what his contract situation is, and yeah, so I would definitely go with that.
And I thought he was a free agent. He's not coaching right now, is he?
Oh, he's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Thought he was. Okay. So we'll move on to the
hey, real quick.
Go ahead.
It's coming from Al Clausen of Al Clausen News, ex-baseball player. He says they let these kids throw breaking balls too early in their playing career. Got little leaguers throwing curveballs. This is diabolical.
See?
There you go. That's in response to the question as to why these kids getting
right, Tommy John surgery
so much.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
and 2 and 3 of them. So like, which is weird. I didn't think you could do that. Like, it's okay.
As stated earlier on the show, the finals game is tonight. Game 5 is tonight. Let me just recap game 4. Ryan will not be with us tonight. The Thunder rallied from a 10-point deficit in the second half to win 111-104. SGA, he came on late. He scored 35 points. Also with 15 in the last 4:38 of the game. Spearheading a 16-7 run. So, OKC did what the Pacers did to them earlier. So shout out to them. Jalen Williams, he had 27 points. Caruso, 20. Chet, he had 14 and 15 rebounds. The Pacers, they had Siakam with 20 points. Halliburton, 18. Toppin, 17. The Pacers led by 9 in the first quarter and third quarter, but it all went late when they had there was a flagrant foul, if y'all remember, that came into the mix, and that pretty much that spearheaded that run. The win ties the finals at 2-2, and as I said, game 5 tonight is back in OKC. With OKC reclaiming home court advantage. With that, I'll give it to the DA. Your thoughts on this and what you think about this the series so far. Say again?
Series. It's an
Yeah.
even series. Sometimes I do wild out at some of the moves that they made. It's just like, why do that? But it is what it is. Both coaches are not, one coach is experienced, the other one really isn't as much. But Indiana made a few weird moves that kind of got SGA scored 15 points in the quarter. And there was no stopping the kid. So, and that's not knocking his talent because he is, I guess,
100%.
He is him, as these kids say, as the children say. So, but he has some work to do on his game. So, he got to get that mid-ranger, pull that together a little bit. His offense is a little staticky. But again, I think they should actually be ahead, but Chet really hasn't played well,
No, he hasn't.
The whole series. So,
no.
We'll see. Maybe he'll get 15 points this game or something like that. So, but they should win tonight at home, but they probably won't the way this thing is going. So,
2 evenly matched teams.
Yeah, very much so. I think Indiana has the edge with their bench. Oklahoma City has the edge with their starters. So it seems like it's always bounced down. So even series. And like I said, just don't let that team hang around. But if you do, end the game, Indiana's going to win. So you got to knock them out.
Yeah,
they can't be down 5 in the fourth quarter starts.
Right.
That is not good. You don't want to do that. So.
Shout out to Coach Ty. He's right. He says, I think the finals have been a great test for two teams who are basically looking in the mirror playing themselves. He's absolutely right.
Yes. Very good. So,
good point.
Good. We got to get you on the show, Ty.
Oh yeah, we talked about him. Yeah, we absolutely got to get coach on here, do a little interview. First, your thoughts on this series, and then we're gonna get on out of here.
Yo, man, this series, I was hoping that it would be great, and it has been thus far. No team has won back-to-back games yet. We'll see if that carries on tonight. That game 4, I seen Indiana. It's weird. I don't know if it's more SGA's will in the fourth quarter or Indiana's lack of, I don't know what. You got to throw something else at them. You got to make somebody else beat you in that stage of the game, man. But he had a will. You could see it. He was going to get to wherever. Either he was going to score or he was going to foul him, or both.
Right.
And the man played 40 minutes. You gotta make the man work on the other end, man. And I'm not saying that he's lazy on defense, because I believe he had 2 steals, maybe 2-3 steals, something like that. Anyway, and again, you got like DA said, it's the others, right? You got Williams with 27 points. He's been hit or miss. Chet hit or miss. So if there's nobody else scoring along with SGA, basically OKC does not win the game. Indiana, if they do not score 110 points, they do not win the game. So we shall see what tonight. I think Indiana's going to win tonight, because that's just how it's been going. Just to set up a thrilling game 7, just my opinion. But again, nothing. You really can't say what's going to happen during these games, man. So
this is game. Well, this is game.
Just
5.
glad to see.
Yeah,
game 5 tonight, right? Just happy to see good competitive basketball at this stage of the season.
That's all the sports cases has been asking for the last couple of years with the NBA. No more, no less. That's it. That's it.
And I think too, I'm gonna just add this. I think too, being that these are 2 small market teams, right, with no real stars, even though we have an MVP plan, you don't have a whole lot of the bullish that comes along with these star players that everybody cries out for. Star players bring star problems, and it's usually the fans that have the problems. What is this nonsense on my TV? You have not had that in these finals. So with that being said, I just wanted to add that little caveat.
Yeah. Yep. Yo, we're just just not giving a what. And these playoffs, I'll keep on reiterating, man. It's just been really good, man. It just really has been. So
I got
things
you,
that
Michael.
things that we missed. Kevin Durant, he won't be going to the Timberwolves. This was just updated a couple minutes ago from Sam Quinn of CBS Sports.
They wouldn't let go of Nas.
Yeah.
And the other cat, they got
that. And he's reporting here, says one is the teams that he's looking to go to is the Rockets, the Heat, the Spurs. Those are the teams that it looks like he is looking to go to if something can be worked out on their behalf.
Miami needs to make that move. The 2 Texas teams they do not need to make that move.
I agree.
Miami needs to make that move.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the heck Miami's giving back.
Yeah. Do you give up Bam? I know some of my Miami people down here. They like Bam. So Yeah, I wouldn't give up Bam for that. Would you give up
Nah.
Hero?
Yeah, that's
Hero's probably your best trading piece right now.
Yeah, his value is high. Correct.
Yeah.
So, gotcha, man. That's all we got for tonight. No party shots. We don't usually do party shots on a Monday night, man. Just make sure you check back in with us on Thursday. Listen, Thursday, but before Thursday is Tuesday, right? So make sure tomorrow night. Let me get it up here, going back on the scroll. You don't want to miss this episode tomorrow night, man. We talked with this gentleman, man, and everything from hip hop. All you hip hop fans out there, you talk about that, sports, the intertwining of hip hop and sports
and life.
You know, this is something that you can be a motivational piece, also, man.
Full show.
Make sure you check us out on our YouTube channel tomorrow, premiering tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Check out Dr. Glenn Toby tomorrow on the check-in, and we'll be back Thursday for our Thursday night live show. And that's about it. So listen, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. your host and moderator. Thanks for all those in the comments. Thanks for all those that's watching and that's listening to the sound of my voice on the podcasting side. Thank you so much. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit all the bells for all the notifications. And shout out to all our brothers that's not here tonight, D-Dubs. Also for Dan, he was in the comments, Ryan D'Souza, our NBA and WNBA inside. We ain't talking no WNBA, but we'll talk it on Thursday. And Mike Mills. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Hey, y'all be good. Y'all be great. Y'all be blessed. Hey, we'll catch you on Thursday. Peace.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Sports Chasers podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms and connect with us on all social media channels for exclusive content and updates. We'd also love for you to join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of the Sports Chasers community. And remember to tune in next time for some more real sports talk. Until then, stay frosty.